Welcome back. My next guest is a creative, energetic soul with a passion for helping people reach their career goals and aspirations. Please welcome career coach Trina Ramsey to Embrace Life. Hi, Trina.
Hi, Renai.
It is such a pleasure to see you.
So great to be
I
here.
am so happy to have you on the show. And, you know, we were just talking to Dr. Dana about the whole idea of power, optimism, and how important it is to have that optimistic attitude. How important is it when you're searching for a job?
Oh, it makes all the difference, honestly. It's really important, and we know that job search, especially if you're already out of work, can be extremely grueling, and it can kind of do some damage to your self-esteem.
Sure.
Just going and applying and not getting answers or getting turned down. It's really important to stay up. It's really important if you went after a job that you didn't get, to just get back in there, because what'll happen is you will do that downward spiral.
That
and
Dana
then,
talked about.
Exactly, exactly. And that's just the kiss of death, because then all of a sudden it's like, oh, forget it.
Nobody wants
Right,
me,
what's the use?
Right.
You know, all of that. And
Right.
that just is gonna sap your energy, and it's gonna really make you feel like you can't do it. Or
And not to belittle that, because that's a legitimate feeling, but just understanding the value of kind of getting out of that as quickly as possible so that you can reach your goals is important.
Yeah, and that's really about mindset, and I know that's what your last segment was about. You really have to, number one, surround yourself with people who believe in you and who will encourage you and who will not do that negative self-talk. You know, as coaches, we know that other people in our lives can do a lot of damage to us just as much as we can do to ourselves. So if there are people who are telling you can't do it, then you need to distance yourself from those people and surround yourself with people who will uplift you, support you, and help you with your search.
In a positive way. So as a career coach, how do you inspire people to kind of reach their goals?
So I really believe wholeheartedly, and I'm really passionate about this, it's so important to love what you do, or at least to feel connected to it, or to feel like you are making a difference.
Sure.
You spend so much time working. So part of my goal is really to help people to find that sweet spot between what they love, what they're good at, and what they can actually make money at. And not all of us are blessed to be in the space that you and I are in, that we really are so connected to our passions and get to make money from it.
Right.
Not everybody gets.
And it wasn't overnight
Exactly.
that it happened. It took a long
Exactly.
time to get to that point.
Certainly, absolutely. So part of what I do is I help people with the inward work to really think about who you are, what you were put here to do, and then also just the kind of logistics. You know, how's your resume? I know we're going to talk about resumes later, but is your resume representing the fullness of who you are and what you have to offer? What are you doing to search? How creative are you being and getting out there? I'm also that cheerleader on the side to kind of help keep them motivated. And also really think about different strategies, because some people, their only mindset is one step forward and I just need to go get the same job that I just had. When in reality, there are a multitude of possibilities.
Right.
And we are so multi-dimensional. There's a lot of different things that we could do.
So while we're on that subject, Trina, I know you talked about resume, and it's important, obviously, to have that polished resume and to keep it updated, I think is also just as important,
Yes.
right?
Yes, definitely. And some people, you know, I know some people, there are still people who have been at their job for 10, 20, 30 years. And so you don't think about it so much. But there's a lot of things that we accomplish during our time at our work that we don't think so much about. So when you have a big win, when you have accomplished a big goal for your company or for your business, make sure you keep track of all of that.
And don't belittle your accomplishments or underestimate
Very
your
much so.
accomplishments.
Very much so. And a lot of people, well, I just answer the phones, or I just whatever. Well, I actually recently had an experience where someone was just glowing about a customer service interaction that they had with someone who they almost were ready to give up the business and say, you know what, I don't want this anymore. And the person they interacted with wasn't necessarily trying to convince them, but she connected with that person.
And she made the difference.
Yes, she made the difference.
So that frontline person, that receptionist, that customer service person who might underestimate their value to the organization, And you and I, we know customer service is so important.
Critical.
So
Yeah.
definitely don't underestimate
Yeah.
that. We'll be right back with more with Coach Trina.